So, long time no video. This one is just going to be a bit of a general channel update, and I figured I'd just use the game I've been working on as a bit of B-roll to run in the background as I just yap a little bit about what's going on with me and the channel. So first of all, a big thank you for all the love and support on my last video. The good news on that front is that it did end up being stage 1 testicular cancer, and at the moment, my scans have been clear of any evidence of cancer. I have surveillance scans coming up soon and will continue to have them for the next 5 years. Relapse is a small but not insignificant risk, but even if I do end up relapsing, the survival rates for my specific situation are fantastic, and it's really more of a question of managing treatment than it is of me surviving this in general. Now, I figured I would have to make at least one more video on this channel because I can't just upload a video about having cancer and then never upload another video. But although dealing with this stuff has taken its toll on my work schedule, probably the bigger contributor to my extended absence from YouTube has been AI. Obviously, AI is shifting the software landscape in a lot of ways, but it's also had a big impact on technical education content on YouTube, which has been my bread and butter for years now. Most notably, at least from what I'm seeing, is that tech tutorials about front-end frameworks just don't really get views anymore. At least not enough to make building content on a regular basis viable. For more than 6 years now, my whole business model has basically been to create free tutorials on various topics. Some of the people who read or watch those tutorials end up buying my courses, and my courses make enough money to fund creating more content, and the wheel keeps spinning. Without the views, unfortunately, this model breaks down. And on top of that, it seems from my perspective at least, that since LLMs have gotten better, far fewer people are buying courses like mine to learn how to code. My guess is that people are either leaning more into LLMs to code rather than learning coding and framework concepts themselves, or using LLMs to teach them coding and framework concepts rather than courses. And I wouldn't even criticize people going down this route. I haven't really used LLMs to teach me coding stuff, but I have used it to teach me in other areas, and frankly, it has done an incredible job. But whatever the reason for this drop-off in numbers is exactly, one thing is clear, and that is that what worked before is not working anymore. And what that means for me is that I probably won't be making Angular videos anymore, at least not with any kind of consistency. The question is, do I make any kinds of videos on this channel? I'm doing game dev stuff over on my second channel and will continue posting videos about that over there, but this channel is more geared toward software engineers and coding. It seems that most of the front-end dev type YouTube channels have switched to making videos about AI and coding with LLMs, which makes a lot of sense. This is where the views are, and it's the direction the industry is headed. But I don't think I want to make videos about coding with LLMs. Not because I'm against it or anything, it's primarily how I am coding now, and I've been maxing out the limits on my Claude 20x Max every week for many months now. But it's a saturated area. I don't think there's much of an interesting Angular niche to fill, and I just don't think I have anything to offer around that topic that isn't already being covered by many channels. However, although I don't think coding with LLMs is a good topic for me and this channel, the workflow around coding with LLMs might be. I've always been a bit obsessed with workflow optimization. I'm the guy with the weird keyboard with the layout optimized to minimize finger movement, the I only use my terminal for everything guy, the weirdly optimized note-taking system guy, the Tmux and NeoVim fanboy, and so on. I've created quite a few videos on these topics over the years, sprinkled in amongst my more regular content, and they usually do okay, so I assume at least some of you are interested in similar topics. For me, the whole terminal coding workflow and heavily optimized processes has never been about pure speed and efficiency output. I never used NeoVim and my weird keyboard layout so I could type faster and produce more code. For me, it has always been about making work feel better. I've tried to optimize away every small friction point I could find. It does result in an increase in speed, but what I'm really aiming for is a decrease in frustration and an increase in enjoyment. For obvious reasons, it's nice to enjoy things and not be frustrated by things, but also for productivity reasons. The more I am enjoying something, the less cognitive load I experience, the more I can get into a flow state and get more work done. If I hit the wrong key on the keyboard, or certain key combinations are awkward to reach, or my wrist hurts, or I have to reach for my mouse to go to some menu to do something, or switching to some other app is slow, or I'm trying to remember something that I have running that I need to come back to later, or I don't know where a file I need is, or I'm trying to keep track of a bunch of different things I'm working on simultaneously, but don't have a good system for keeping track of it. All of these little things that seem like minor annoyances add up to a big cognitive load. I'm keeping track of open loops in my head, I'm getting distracted, blocked, frustrated, and it makes me enjoy work less. And as a result, it makes me work less and get less done. Eliminating as many of these things as possible through workflow optimizations is a huge win, way bigger than I think perhaps a lot of people realize. And now that we are in this LLM-driven coding world, I think addressing these things is even more relevant. We might be coding less, at least in terms of actually typing the characters, but we're doing a lot more. Our brains are trying to keep track of many more open loops, we're context switching way more, and I think a lot of people are feeling this. It's ironic that the tool that is supposed to do our coding for us seems to have made our coding jobs a lot more stressful. So I think this is an important topic today. It's one I've been passionate about for a long time, and one that I feel I can actually create valuable content around that people might find genuinely helpful. Even in an AI world, I think this is the kind of topic where it would still make sense to buy a course from a human, to get the roadmap from the actual human who spent 5 years optimizing and actually feeling these workflows. And if ultimately there is some form of monetization possible around this topic, then I can use it to fund consistent content creation. Really, the three main pillars here are: can I make content I find interesting? Can I make content other people find valuable? And is there a way to make money from it? If I can satisfy those 3 points, then content creation becomes viable. So maybe I can keep this content creation wheel spinning with this angle after all. Or maybe not. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I think I'll probably have to end the rambling there. Loosely, my plan from here on out is to start creating some workflow and productivity focused videos and see how they do. But if you have any thoughts on anything I've been rambling about in this video, feel free to drop them in the comments. Now is a time of transition for many of us, so where we go from here is still very open-ended. But thanks for watching this video, like or subscribe if you feel like it, and thank you to the people who have watched my Angular and Ionic content over the years, whether or not you end up sticking around for this new phase. But I do hope to see you all around for future videos.